Yeah, a very big welcome to you, my dear Capricorn, and always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this constellation or this combination has a message or an inspiration for them as well. I do the reading always on the day the moon is in your sign, so when I look at the moon, I see Capricorn behind it. And when I look at the sun, I see Libra behind it. And Libra is highlighting the moon. And the moon is that subconscious, the moon is the dark, and you are dark, but you are the fertile ground. You are that energy that a lot of people, like we can see, put a lot of fear into. Nevertheless, this is a very important energy. We cannot put a seed into the sun. It will not grow. The seed can only grow in the dark. And just this analogy that the dark is necessary and that we can liberate ourselves, can grow out of this, right? This is an attachment. This is a law almost. It's a natural law that we're bound to it. And Libra is bringing that equilibrium to you so that you can, in this boundness of male and female, and also the ritual that we do through that is coming to us in this equilibrium, that we bring ourselves into the center. So Libra is a cardinal sign, and Libra has started the fall season, and you're a cardinal sign as well, and you start the winter season. So two cardinal energies coming together, highlighting here a moment of, well, what is it that you now want to do with this knowledge, right? Knowing that Libra is giving you a deeper look into how you can stay balanced. And the more balanced you are, the more you can liberate, the more you can grow out of attachments. So this is the small cycle, right? Reading it from left to right, 365 days, which is then divided through 12. Each zodiac sign has a month. Now, if I put you here, then we read it from right to left. The big cycle of the earth itself spinning 25,800 years long around itself, and divided through 12, then we have an age, and we're in the age of Pisces, moving slowly into the age of Aquarius. So looking at this, it's saying, yeah, the growth that we do by seeing that this dark, fertile ground is giving us the power to look straight at the people and be like, yes, I am Capricorn. Yes, you made the devil out of me, but it cannot get to me because I know what this means, right? Because there's not one looking to the right or to the left. They're both looking straight at us. So when I look then at the yoga position, that's the equilibrium that we find standing on our toes, holding our hands in front of the heart and knowing that the sword is coming down and is literally giving us that clear mind of, I know what decisions I have to take, the yin and yang, and the people down here, and then the phases of the moon, that they're so important to us. For you, a little bit more older one, where you're dancing yourself up, you're the dancer. And here I kind of created more of a cross, and in the center where the heart is, this is where you find your liberation through these stages to the third eye here, into the pentagram, into the inner seeing, the horns, right? The pentagram that's pointing down and saying, yes, here is your liberation. Here is it where you are awakening to a new potential. Your court card is the Queen of Pentacles. She is the water aspect of Earth, and that means she's very loving and caring to the Mother Earth. And we can see she's looking very lovingly down to the coin, and she is very fruitful. We have the rabbit here, who is very fertile. And yes, you are looking into the big cycle. You are looking into the spiritual connection as well. Your last reading, where the sun was in Virgo, you had the message, just keep listening and you'll know. Virgo, listening, and the Chariot, which is opposite of you, right? Cancer is opposite of you. Cancer is the brightest day and you have the darkest days in your sign. So it's not easy, right? Sometimes to face this darkness, this heaviness, but also that's where the growth comes and that's where we evolve out of. So on the position of the Fool, you have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands always speaks about something very fast coming at you. This is Mercury in Sagittarius, a message, but also an action that says, I want to move on. And you can see how the Fool is walking into the big cycle. This is a soul card because there's no zodiac sign attached to it. So all zodiac signs begin, right? Begin their journey from right to left, right? And something comes really quickly to you, wants to tell you Mercury in Sagittarius has a message for you. And on the position of the Magician comes the Wild Woman. And the Wild Woman is looking over at this message that's coming. And you can see it's 62, which is also an 8. So you have right away an 8-8 portal, which is the symbol that is floating above the Magician's head. And the message is coming that let your wild side now be free. Let that heart that you have here open yourself up to whatever it is Libra wants to bring to you, right? Libra is now giving you the push to say, hey, look into this equilibrium, because in a lot of decks the Libra card is on the position of the 8. They switched Leo to the position of the 11th card and Libra on the position of the 8th card. And of course, so the equilibrium, the understanding, the centeredness that here the Magician is bringing above his head, he knows exactly what to do, right? And so here you are also learning to embrace something that is now allowing you to literally be wild, right? So you have an 8-8 portal. And then, which is really crazy, you have another 8 here coming, Leo, on the position of the High Priestess. So you have 3 times 8. Already 2 times is the creativity in that inspiration, in that 8, the infinite symbol of coming and going. And now you have the power that brings you the next 8, which is Leo. And Leo is looking over and he's saying, yes, girl, get it out of you, right? Yes, bring that out of you, because she's looking up to the 8 and he is looking over there and the Lion is looking at us and saying, yeah, right? So then, of course, this Leo energy is also telling you to tame a little bit the energy, because, I mean, this is not an 8, it's a 2 and a 6. The 2 is the High Priestess, which is here, and the 6 is Gemini, is the Lovers. Love yourself, right? Spiritually love the wildness within you. And then comes a clear 8 with this 8 saying, yes, we look at you, we help you, we support you to get this out of you, right? To really grow in the system, in whatever it is you want to do. And then on the position of the High Priestess comes Aquarius, 17, again an 8. I mean, it's like you have 4 times 8 just in the first 4 cards. That's the heart. That's the heart to do whatever it is you have to do. Now here, this is also a 1 and a 7. It's not a clear 8. You have 8, 8, but then you have here 62 and a 17. A 1, which is the Magician, and the 7, which is opposite of you, the Chariot, the Cancer. So get successful, get out there. And you see, these are all 3 women here. The wild one, the one that's taming also the wild one, but also the one that says, I'm just gonna be the way I am, like a star, right? The age of Aquarius is coming. And the age of Aquarius is literally saying, yes, here it is. Have a look and just awaken to whatever it is that you want to awaken to in this new age. It's time. It's time to have that power. It's time to see that, because that's on the position of the Empress. And the Empress is giving birth through you into the age of Aquarius. So here you are, pouring the water into the water and onto land, and really creating a magical moment altogether. And then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes the number 33, a portal in itself as well. A portal that says weaving flower, the creatress, a creatress that brings the flow of whatever it is she is creating, all right, into a new potential, because 2 times 3 is the creative aspect of the Empress, and the Empress, right, is here. The Empress is giving birth through you to the age of Aquarius. And here it's saying creator, or the art of the universe, and the integration of that which you're learning here now very precisely to bring into fruition, right? That is that power that we have when we understand how this universe is working. Now I go the path from left to right, the small cycle, the 365 days. And on the position of Libra is the message that Libra is telling you, have a look at everything that you have done so far. Have a look, because if I calculate that together, it would be a 6, and then comes the 7. You are successful because you are holding the branch, you are holding then the flowers, and you do something with the flower petals. You are creating, no matter with what, something. And so here you are looking very clearly and lovingly at the coins. And so you are also looking down here, like she is looking down to the coin in her lap. And you make things happen. You create these things. And it's really beautiful to see. Then on the position of the Hanged Man comes the Apache tears, the Apache tear. And the tear is saying, when you let go of the expectation that the outer world is bringing onto you, because this is what this 3 is bringing. The 3 is always a new birth, a new state of consciousness that you're bringing into this world. And the number 4 is then a stability that you understand that now here comes this, I am arriving, I am letting go, I am letting also certain things that don't work anymore, I'm letting them go. Because that's what the Hanged Man does. The Hanged Man says, let go, right? Let go of those tears sometimes, because you see how much you worked, you see how much you have put effort into whatever it is you're doing. And then comes on your position here the 6 of Pentacles. So that's the moon in Taurus. And Taurus is that energy that says, here I am grounded, earthly, in the dark, fertile ground that I spoke about, and plant that seed. And you have the 6 of coins, and 6 and 7 coins are 11 coins. And 11 is the card of Libra, the 11th card. And so here you are allowing yourself to see how we have depleted the earth with a lot of financial gains and gratifications, egos, and the tear that you are going to shed is saying, okay, we got to do this in a different way. We got to change the way we're working with planet Earth. And so you're coming into a flow, into an equilibrium of, like, you can see how here this is touching and here it's not touching yet. So it's this giving and taking, and it's this cyclical energy that knows in the 6 is always that knowing I have the self-love, knowing I am someone that can rely on itself, right? With the 33 could also be a 6. I don't calculate that together. It's a portal. So here you are knowing that equilibrium is coming because the moon in Taurus is bringing you the material success that is the continuation of the 7 of all the work you have done, and now you're reaping the efforts, right? You're reaping and collecting your efforts. On the position of the moon comes the card number 49, and the 49 is then calculated together a 13, which becomes a 4. And here it says a skywriting, the fates. So your fate is written in the moon, is written in the way you act through the moon, through your subconscious. In your subconscious, all the things are attached to. And then the 4-4 portal here is saying, yes, then release the things that you have to release, right? To release into the 4. With this, it's saying let go of painful situation, disconnect with the past, disconnect from sorrow, and let old wounds be healed. And that's what tears do to us, right? The more we cry, the more we start seeing that finally I can really let go of things that maybe have been written in the sky, and I'm supposed to experience that here. It's something that I gotta learn. It's also, when we look a little closer, we can see the rune alphabet. The rune alphabet is the way of speaking, of whispering. And when we whisper, when we tell each other words, back then when there was no language, people were like, what are they doing? What's that magical word that they have, that they recognize when they say moon? They know the moon up in the sky, right? And people who didn't understand first language were like, what are they doing, right? And so the rune alphabet is really a mystical way of understanding that the magician holds the power of the rune alphabet, right? The magician is the one that says these words that we don't understand. And so here you have the fate written in the sky, right, through the moon. Then on the position of the sun, so you had 4 times 8, right? Right away in the first row, you had 4 times 8, which is the heart of bringing yourself so deeply into the infinite loop. And now you get another 8. You have 5 times 8. I mean, that's the power now to speak about things that you never thought possible. The fire, the ignition through the sun coming at you, saying, yes, the sun is speaking to you through Libra, right? And here we have you through the moon. You have, this is your fate to be this figure, also a little bit disfigured. And now you are breaking yourself free through your own magic, right? It's kind of like this abracadabra kind of wordings, right? You free yourself out of this spell through the sun, through the power of the sun, seeing that you want to liberate it, you want to come out of this ocean of deep consciousness, right, of the subconscious, and you are freeing and liberating yourself. And she's looking into the small cycle, right? She's not looking into the big cycle. She's literally from the future coming and saying, yes, liberate yourself, free yourself. Because then on the position of the judgment, of the awakening, of the wake-up call is coming here, this card. There's this star and there's this horse that is walking into the from right to left into the spiritual path, and it says accomplishment. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. The number 26, another 8. I mean, this is crazy. 6 times you have the 8. You have a 6 times 8 portal. This is crazy. I mean, this is now the third eye. This is this liberation that you always ask for. This is the liberation that you always wished for. You are going up. You are going up to the third eye, to the tip of the mountain. And you have that accomplishment. Almost you're there. And when you have self-doubt, then you have this to let it go. And you say, okay, I am going really up the mountain, and I'm liberating myself from all these attachments, right, that are in your life. And from there comes then on the position of the world exactly the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is opposite of you. She is water and water. She's healing. She's here. She's giving you exactly what you need. You are the integration of the shadow side, right? That's what it is all about, right? The integration of your own shadow side. And that's Cancer. This woman that is deep in the ocean, deep in the healing, deep into whatever the water can do to us and give fertility to the earth, to the ground. And that's what's so beautiful here, is that you realize that you are awakening to that. You are awakening to your shadow side, which is then in a way the light side, right? Because that's the month of the Chariot, the number 7, right? The Chariot, the 7 is opposite of you. So you're learning to rise, you're learning to awaken, and you're learning that really fast. Really fast, that accomplishment, right? That you are awakening through the 8 again, the 2 and the 6. And now the interesting thing, this is a 2 and a 6. Here it's a 6 and a 2. So you're awakening to that, because you can see how she's looking over to the Fool and she's like, okay, now I understood something. And yes, it happened really fast. And in that fastness, in that moment, you just awakened and you just continue your path, and you're like, okay, I'm on it. I'm ready for this. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because we have the number 13, which is Scorpio, speaking here to you in the sky, writing the fates. So let's see what Scorpio is going to tell you the same way now Libra has spoken to you. And until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.